Well, hello and welcome to my channel. We are doing the family pictures for 1380. And one of the things that people ask a lot, there's a couple of questions. Number one is, what's up with the dogs? So I will tell you, when you go and look at this family in the gallery, this is what they look like. And I needed the dogs to give me a full bodied shot so that I get their feet in it as well. So all you have to do if you want to play with this family is download them from the gallery and just remove the dogs before you place them somewhere. So that is easy to do if you bring them into your game from Create a Sim. So you have to go like you're going to start a new family and create a sim and then open them up from the gallery, move them in, and it's easy to just take the dogs out before you move them in. So that is one of the questions that I get. Why doing the dogs like that? One of the other things that I am doing now with our pictures, dividing everyone up by their family colors and their family groups. I tried doing everyone across like this, and while I do like it, it is so difficult to see everybody and see everything that's going on. Okay, so we're going to start out here, with what we had last year. We had these were our purple people. This was our blue family. That's it. We had these two right here as part of our red family, and then we had a large number in our yellow family. So we're going to take them one at a time and see what they look like 10 years later. And this is the blue family right now in 1380. We see that these kids have grown up. Vitalis is still alive, but he's at war, so he's not home. These are his twins, and this is his wife, Catherine, who is pregnant, but she's not pregnant in this picture maybe, or she is pregnant, but just barely pregnant. And then this is the youngest, Lettice, who was right up here. And she is now living with Catherine and helping her with the children while Vitalis has gone to war. This is Grayson, who married one of the girls and she died. And then he married Johanna, who was this little girl right here. We also lost another girl when she aged up. So this is what the blue family looks like 10 years later. This is our red family. We have Richard married to Garance, and that's their baby Isabel. And then we have Adrian married to Aurora. And so they all moved to France in the last 10 years to join Mary and Victor and their children. They have Frey and Willa and Victor all living in France with them. This is the beginning of 1370. Let's see what the red family looks like now at the beginning of 1380. And here is the red family now. We have Adrian and Aurora still living in France. Victor has grown up and gotten married, and he is off to war, so he's not in the picture. Isabel has grown up. She was the little toddler. She's grown up, and she's gotten married to Gunderson over here, and they are expecting their first baby. Garance and Mary are living with them, as well as Baylor, which is Gunderson's brother. They're all living there. And then Frey and Tess over here have had 2 children so far. And this is the red family in 1380. Okay, all of these smaller groups, family groups, made up the yellow group in 1370. Let's see what they all look like now. Okay, I thought this would be the easiest way to see this. So we have the first family over here, which are the Hammonds, and this is what they looked like in 1370. And they have had some horrible times this year, and this is what we're left with at the end of 1370. Adam Hammond has gotten married to Zuria, and they have a baby. Adam has gone to war, so he's not here. This is all that's left of the Hammond family. Then we move to the Jones family. In 1370, they had 2 children, and she was pregnant with their third. And now, in 1380, he is left alone with all 3 of the children. So we're waiting to see what they're going to do as they age up. Then the Archer family. We had Bella and Andrew with their 3 children. We are left with Ursa and her husband and their 2 children. living in the main house. And then we have Christopher's wife and son left, but no Christopher because he died. And Andrew, the one who rolled to never get married, is gone, and no one quite knows where he is. So this is our Archer family in 1380. Then that leaves us with the Goodwin family. So we had at the beginning of 1370 Gold with all 6 of her children. All 6 of her children are still alive, and 2 of them have moved out and gotten married. So Kian has moved out, gotten married, and had a baby, and Bruce has moved out, gotten married, and had a baby. This is everybody that's still left at the house with Gold. So Gold is still home with the other 4 children, and these 2 boys have rolled to never get married. So she's at home still with Gold and with Porter. Okay, so here is the new yellow family for 1380. And these were all of our purple families in 1370. So let's see how we've expanded. Okay, and now here is what the purple family looks like. So first, let's start over here. We have Flora and Wallace, and these are all of their children now. We have had Solomon go off to Scotland, and he got married, and his wife and his baby died, and he adopted his cousin because his cousin's family also died in the same time that Solomon's wife and child died. So Solomon is at war in Scotland. But I had to put his picture in here because that's the only way we have a picture of little Giovanni. So that's what we did. And then the other children are all grown up. We have a teenager and 2 kids in their house. Then over here, we have Flora, who married Wallace's brother, Jeremiah. And they, in 1370, had 1 child who was a toddler. That child is now a teenager, and Jeremiah has died, but their 2 other children are still alive. Then, in 1370, Maleficent and Arna had just gotten married, and now here they are with their twins who are children at this age. And Maleficent's brothers have all grown up and gotten married and moved out. We have Quentin on this side with his wife and their baby. We have Edmund in the middle with his wife, and they have not had any children. And then we have Elijah over here with his wife and their 2 kids so far. So this is our purple family. And then this was our main house with Kellen and Ida, and they had 2 children. This is Sebastian and this is Rose. Let's see what they look like in 1380. And here they are now. We have Ida with Sebastian, and there's Rose, and new baby Kellen. Unfortunately, our heir, Kellen, has already passed away. So here is our new main family with our heir, Sebastian. Okay, so once again, for 1380, if I put everybody on a line, this is what they all look like, minus our 7 people who are gone to war. Or 6 people at war and 1 person missing. We can see the difference when we compare just the last decade to this decade. They didn't have to get much smaller. So we're still keeping about the same number of people. They're just moving around and changing in different ways. But I think it's so interesting to look at it like this. And I guess we did have more people because I've learned now, see how spread out all of these people are, especially right here in the middle. I've learned how to overlap children and babies and do all of that stuff a little bit better. So everybody's more squished in this picture down here, but they still all fit. So this is our total 1380 everybody picture. Okay, so here it is. This is what we're going to use for the thumbnail for the 1380s. We have all of the purple people with the ones that don't live in England up here and the one down here that lives in Scotland, but he is in war, which means he has a little background behind him. That's how I'm going to keep up with the ones who are at war. Then we have all of our French people. Everybody in red is in France now. We don't have them split up anymore. And that's it. We've got our blue people down here, our yellow people, they're all in England, and our main family is, of course, still in England. So that's it. I love how it looks. I love all the colors, and I can't wait to start using it as a thumbnail. And you will start seeing it when we get into the 1380s. Thanks for watching. Bye.